hard do you have to work to?
Well, it's 24/7. It's like a robot regime, you know. I've been sharing today my personal reflection at Klingendal University. When the first time when I allowed myself to feel any kind of emotion was kind of in 2 weeks after, because I had to take the leadership in the ministry when the war started, and I came because my minister was out. And then we had this planning meeting, and then I saw, you know, watching from my window, I saw the first airstrike, how the missile hit the intelligent premises. We went downstairs, spending hours in the bomb shelter, and then there was a decision to evacuate part of the government. And I left the city with my handbag, with nothing. And I've been, you know, just wearing same thing for 2 weeks because of the martial law. All of the shops have been closed. And the first time when I cried was actually when my friends brought me the suitcase with my things. And, you know, there is also a story how they managed to bring me the suitcase, because in my apartment I have some of my friends who joined the territorial defense units and armed forces. So 10 men have been living in my apartment. Some of them I never knew, and then via the WhatsApp video I asked the men whom I never knew, I never saw, to help me to put stuff in the suitcase. And when they brought the suitcase to the place where I stayed, I really cried. So it's a very personal emotion. But with this plea, of course, our diplomacy is doing its best to actually convince the countries in one very simple message, that it's a very false perception to think that sitting aside or appeasing Putin may bring us to something. Because it's same what happened in the Second World War, and I know that your country suffered a lot as well as many European countries do, because it's like Hitler when he had the Anschluss of Austria and he occupied Sudetenland, and we still had countries willing to appease him. And when Putin occupied Crimea and Donbass, and we didn't give a proper response, so this brought us to this war. And if we don't contain the war in Ukraine today, the war and the aggression will be larger.
So
and
this is your main message. And probably, because we don't have a lot of time, but I think that you are doing really the best that you can for this candidacy, and you are hoping that it may be something or enough to put an end to this war.
Thanks for being here.
It's just very short. We believe it's a gesture. It's a very symbolic gesture to support and to make us our spirits high to keep resistance.